being on a farm. So our first office was in a farm just outside Cobham. Peacocks used to wander through the door, and it was a bit of a substandard office. But that's where we launched, and we were bootstrapped as a business. So we had to be very careful with the finances. There were half a dozen of us, early days in the business. So that's what I think about, when I think right back to the beginning. Well, I had a web design business called Screen Pages, and we were building e-commerce sites for multi-channel retailers, and we were building websites for financial advice firms. And through that activity with the financial advice firms, we started building capability for the firms to publish employee benefit handbooks through their website, so the employer and its employees could access generic information. And then that idea just developed towards doing individual total reward statements, and then flexible benefits was a growing trend back then. And we started building the product in 2002, so very early days of flexible benefits. So it just sort of developed, from that very basic idea of publishing some content for benefit booklets to personalisation and then choice through flexible benefits. A bit like on Dragon's Den, I was out in the market pitching the business to try and raise investment. So I spent a lot of time doing that. Got a lot of rejections at first, but then eventually we got an angel investor who backed us, and then we got venture capital investment. And that really then allowed us to start scaling the business. So we moved here into Leatherhead House in 2005, and then we started building the team. Quite a lot of different things, really. Partly seeing many of the people that we hired go on to develop really successful careers, especially the graduates. We hired a lot of graduates out of university, coming here into their first job, and many of those have stayed in the industry and gone on to develop a very successful career. So that gives me a lot of pleasure seeing that happen. And recognition in 2012 as one of the fastest growing tech companies in the UK. So we were featured in the Sunday Times Tech Track 100. So that was a good moment. Back in 2012, we were probably a similar size then, possibly even bigger, because we won a very big contract with Aviva. And that was a bit of a game changer for the business, because it brought in significant revenues. We went and hired a lot of people. We built an outsourced team in Poland, and I think we had about 40 people in Poland, as well as about 60 people here. So I think that's when we were at our biggest. But it's great, I live locally, so I drive past the building on a regular basis, and I always look up and have fond memories of the business, so it's great to see it prospering 20 years later. I really like it. I like the orange, I like the Zest name, I like it. I think it's a really strong brand. Artificial intelligence, everyone's talking about that. There's a lot of AI washing going on at the moment, but it does create enormous opportunity to automate processes. So I think that's probably one area where we're going to see a lot of innovation in the industry. And employee benefits will always remain important and high on the corporate agenda, because hiring and retaining the best talent is always key for businesses, and employee benefits is an important part of that.